I don't know if you could tell, but I do have a preference when it comes to my skins. Look at that. That's sick though. I have a preference, but it's a good preference. Phantom Forces just got a brand new player shop, and honestly, this is going to change the game forever. Before I get into that though, please consider dropping a like and a sub. It does help me out a ton. Now, as you can see in this shop, in the featured tab, there's blueprints, there's skins, and that's basically it. But you got community blueprints, you got user blueprints, and then you have a whole other blueprint section, which, believe it or not, is actually just blueprints. And I'm not exactly sure how this works. I think community blueprint is like, it's just a certain setup from some community. I don't really know how it works, but like Spezi setup sheet, I'm pretty sure they have certain blueprints that are just exactly like that on here. But this one just says community, so maybe it's just like some random person made it, or some random community of people made it. And then user blueprint, I'm not actually exactly sure what user blueprints are. It might be blueprints that people have actually made, but I don't really know how that would work, because you can make your own blueprints. I'll get to that in a second, but I don't know if they just take the ones that people make and just steal them and sell them. But one thing about all the user blueprints is that usually they are kind of like wacky, like look at this. So maybe it's just like random. I don't know. It says daily randomizer, so maybe it's just a completely random setup, which is why they're all so weird. But another thing in the player shop, you can also buy skins, and these are discounted actually, which is super cool because it gives you another way to get skins other than just opening cases and stuff. But anyways, I'll show you the blueprints that you can make now. I already made one for the M107. If you see in this bottom right corner, I made this custom build right here. This is my M107 setup. It's very good. You should use it. But it also saves the skin, which is very cool. And I can change the name, but if I do it, like if I change the name to Goat M107, apply current build, does it actually call it that? Like, it's still not called that. So, but anyways, for the M107, there are no community builds. But if I go to a different gun, like the C7A2, there are community builds. And if I go to the L2A3, there are community builds, and you can actually buy them from here. So it's kind of like a whole nother shop, I guess. So that is pretty cool. I guess it's kind of just a way to pre-buy stuff. And if you're looking for like a more specific blueprint for a more specific gun, then you can go here if you can't find it in the shop. But anyways, how about I just buy something? I'll start with this skin, this discounted skin, 25% discount. Pretty awesome. So there you go. I just bought the skin. I can click equip and select a loadout class to equip to. I guess I'll just do scout. And it says saving your current loadout to a blueprint slot before equipping this is recommended. Replace your current loadout with this blueprint, and I'll click confirm, I guess. So now my scout, it has my Stevens DB. This is actually my attachment setup. They didn't change my attachments just because I only bought a skin. So really it just, the only thing that did is it equipped the Stevens DB and it put on the skin, but I exited out, so that's why you couldn't see it. But anyways, I'll put the skin on now, and definitely a questionable purchase, but I did buy it because it was customizable. So you know what, why don't I give you a quick tutorial on how to make super awesome skins like me. And by tutorial, I mean you can just watch me do it right now. So bang, there you go. Now I have a cool looking Stevens DB, even though the skin kind of still shows and it looks a little weird. And I also didn't even do it on half the gun, so I'll do that. Material, force field, brick color, this one. So there's that, there's a skin, but let me buy a blueprint now, preferably a cheap one that is not completely whack and is on a gun that I will actually use. Okay, I'm not seeing any very good blueprints, so I guess I'll just buy this one for the Scorpion because it's cheap. So if I do this, purchase successful, equip, I'll equip it to assault, and then it'll take me here, and wow, look at that. And if I go down here, then it should have this one. See, I just bought it, it's right here, I can equip it whenever. And it also will appear in the user custom tab. But yeah, that's basically how the blueprints work. I really think that this is something that is going to be huge for the game. It gives you more to spend your credits on, and if you want a certain skin for a certain gun, you can find it here if you don't want to just keep rolling for it. And what I'm going to be using this for mostly is buying customizable skins, because even when you go to your cases and you like assign them a weapon, which does cost even more credits, you still don't know if it's going to be customizable. So here in the player shop, I can just buy a skin that says customizable and then go equip it, and because it's customizable, which are the only skins that I use because most of the skins don't look very good, I can just go and make my own custom skin, and there we go. Awesome. I don't know if you could tell, but I do have a preference when it comes to my skins. Look at that. That's sick though. I have a preference, but it's a good preference. Anyways, that is all I got for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider dropping a like and a sub, and until next time.